What is going on, everybody? MacDub44 here, bringing you the first episode of Smack Talk with Mac, your official G12 Football League podcast. Every week, we're going to be interviewing a different coach from the G12 Football League, but tonight we're excited to start with the man, the myth, the legend, the creator of the G12 Football League, the guy who has put in so much time and effort into the league and into the production value. It is Fantasy World League, aka Coach Burt, your Nebraska Cornhuskers football coach and your commissioner of the G12 Football League. Burt, first of all, thank you for putting the league together. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good today, my friend. Thank you so much for having me. How's it going? Yeah,
no complaints here. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. The first thing I want to ask you is about the league itself. It has to do with expectations. How is the league going so far in your mind? Are we meeting your expectations, exceeding them? Have we not met them? What do you feel about the league so far?
Wow. To be honest with you, I'm kind of blown away and a little bit overwhelmed. I mean, this is something I tried to start for, probably 2 months, and it didn't have a lot of interest from some of the other stream communities. And I understood that, right? Like everyone, no one really is doing this full time. This is a hobby and a joy for most people. Other people, most of us are working other jobs and stuff. So I kind of understood, but then I just decided I was getting bored with just playing online dynasties, right? And like, it was just, no matter what stream you into, and everyone's got their own take on it, but it was just, we had hit it hard for like 4 months. That category was just on fire. And I just started to notice for myself, where I used to look forward to coming down and doing that, it was kind of like, there was days, no lie, where I was like making myself do it just so I still had a presence on Twitch. The fact of what you guys have not only taken and been a part of, but added to it. I mean, there's so many things we're doing in week 3 that were not even a part of the plan in week 1. Or the preseason. So the fact that we're where we're at, I'm kind of blown away, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with everything that you said. And I guess so. You mentioned that we're doing stuff in week 3 that we didn't even plan. I didn't even think were on the radar before this started. And I think every day it looks like somebody comes up with a new idea, or somebody new comes into the group and adds something. So I guess from that, where do you want to see the league go from here? I mean, I think if you're looking at followers and subscriptions and stuff like that, I mean, we're over 100 followers right now. Where do you want to see the league go?
I gotta be honest, man. I never, the followers and the subscriptions and any like of that kind of part of the, and I know that's part of Twitch, but there was zero, and let me be perfectly clear, there was zero expectation or concern with those things when this started. I started this because I truly enjoy the NCAA community on Twitch. And there's a good handful of people that we spend a lot of time in each other's streams. Our communities overlap. We've got the same people kind of supporting a core group of some people. And I just thought it would be fun to take our talents and mesh our communities together and give them something to cheer for. They could cheer for me playing you or vice versa. And I just thought that interaction, for me, I realized real quick early in Twitch, any idiot or monkey can sit on a cam and talk and play a video game. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but the people that make it are the ones that figure out how to engage the community in what they're doing. And that's where this was birthed out of. So that's kind of where I'm at, is that I'm just so thrilled by it. And to be honest, you're going to have to bring me back a little bit because I get passionate talking about this stuff.
No, you're good. You're good.
But that's kind of where I'm at with it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. This is taken off way more than I expected. I'm glad that you not only thought of it, but that you are, all the time and effort that you are putting into it to make sure that it actually not only got its feet off the ground, but continues to succeed. I know a lot of other guys are putting in a lot of time and effort as well, but if it was just me, it would have just been an idea and it never would have happened because I don't execute my ideas. But you seem like the type that you're gonna have an idea, and by God, you're gonna do whatever it takes to get it going. And yeah, dude, this league is awesome. Week 3, I couldn't be more more excited. It's why I thought of the idea to, hey, let's have a podcast. Let's get some thoughts on radio, if you will. Obviously, we just are talking today. There's no visuals or anything like that. But all right, Bert, let's move on to your team specifically, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. You had a close game week 1 against Wyoming. So let me ask you that. I know you've kind of talked on this on the G12 weekly show, which is on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Central. But how much of that was nerves? How much of that was really not knowing your team all that well? What did you think about that week 1 game that you pulled out?
I mean, I'm happy we got the win, right? Because it doesn't matter how you win. An ugly win is still a win. I have to tell you, the computer, I'm not great at this game. I've never professed to be like, the champion NCAA baller or anything like that. If you watch me play, I play pretty straight up. I punt on 4th downs. I kick field goals when I'm supposed to. I don't run a lot of gadget plays. I've literally never watched a YouTube video on plays that work against the computer or whatever. I've thought about it because I get embarrassed by the computer sometimes, but I literally have never done that. So I will tell you, we didn't change any sliders, right? We kept everything the same. The only change we made is the speed threshold, and I've never adjusted that before. And I got to tell you, it's not just my game, but across the first 2 weeks, this computer AI opponent is no joke. So yeah, I was nervous. It's nerve-wracking as hell. I was the second game. I think you were the first, and I'm the guy that put it all together. So I can't suck. That's kind of how I feel. Otherwise, I lose credibility, right? That's how in my mind. It's just a video game, but it's I want to be just as good as the other guys in the league. I don't know this team or this playbook. I probably should spend more time playing the game than I have been. There's just been so much to do with the network and the league and kind of orchestrating everything that, dude, I've picked up the sticks a lot less in the last 2 weeks. But it's okay. I'm looking forward to the future. You touched on something before. I mean, I couldn't get 5 people to commit to this, a month and a half ago. And now I got 6 people that want in if any of the guys that are here decide to take off or, it doesn't work out for whatever reason. That's quite a big turnaround in a 4-week period. Yeah. So there's a lot going on. I'm happy with the Nebraska team. I'm confident we'll beat UMass this week. I'm not worried about it. I'm terrified about playing Baker because I think he's 4-0 against me head-to-head, so he's got my number. I don't want to look ahead too much, but no, I'm excited about this Nebraska team. I don't even know why I took them. It was more like taking a team that used to be great and is shitty now in real life and trying to make them great again. That's about all there was to it.
Yeah. No, and hopefully you get some time to spend really focusing on your own team, so that way you can put the best product on the field. I know that you've mentioned that you're putting all this time and effort into the G12 network, and I hope you know how much I appreciate you, and I'm pretty sure the other guys would echo that appreciation as well. I know that you're hardly streaming at all on your own page, which, by the way, guys, is Fantasy World League. I have it up here on the screen as well for you guys. Make sure you give this man a follow. And then also the G12 football Twitch page is up here on the screen as well. So you kind of hit on some of my other questions, kind of about your expectations with Nebraska. You mentioned that user game against Baker, which probably will be your toughest game of the year, just because he's got a juggernaut with Ohio State and really looked impressive in his week 2 user matchup against Oregon. So what are your expectations for Nebraska? You talk about bringing a team kind of back from the grave, somebody that was a school that was just awesome in the 90s and hasn't really been relevant since. So what is your expectations for these Cornhuskers?
I mean, if we can have a solid season and face off against Baker in the conference championship game, if we can win our side, I'm assuming Ohio State's going to take care of business on their side, unless Michigan gets them. But Michigan has not looked good in any of the sims, that we've seen so far. I think they got trounced by, God, I don't remember now, Penn or something. Or no. Oh, it's escaping me now. It's a Pennsylvania school, and I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, they got beat by Pitt. Sorry, they got beat by Pitt. Bad, like 20. I don't even know what the score was. So I think Ohio State wins that side. If we can win our side, win or lose or draw to Ohio State, but make it back to face them again, I personally would take that as a victory for the season. I know I'm supposed to say win it all, but I'm going to be realistic. My team's not great. You know what I'm saying? So we've got some work to do, especially when you look at overall numbers, kind of compared to some of the other teams that are currently in the G12.
All right, Bert. Well, we've talked about the league. We've talked about Nebraska. And obviously, every Wednesday, as I've mentioned, the weekly show on Twitch for the G12 Football Network, 9 p.m. Central. That's where you can get all of the news, all the scoop on this league. So let me end here with a random question for you. We're going to play a little game, Kill, Do, Marry. So you've got to pick out of these three women. We'll stick with women this time. You got to choose which one you're going to kill, which one you're going to do. We'll keep this PG-13, and which one you're going to marry. So for the three choices, this is all women back in their prime. And showing my age and maybe your age a little bit here. Some of you youngsters may not even know who these three women are. It is Goldie Hawn, Bette Midler, or Barbra Streisand.
Oh, geez. Kill, do, marry, right? So I would say Goldie Hawn is probably the do. And I mean, I watch like Overboard all the time, right? So yep. Gotta love it. And then so that leaves Bette Midler. Who's the other one? I'm sorry, it already escaped me.
Barbra Streisand.
And Barbra Streisand. I don't think I could deal. I don't know. Bette Midler can sing. She can sing my fears away. The Barbra Streisand, didn't she do like the feeding the hungry kids thing where she was like always in tears? Like, wasn't that her big big passion project?
I believe so. Yeah.
She was like, yeah. So I guess I'd offer because I couldn't handle that sad shit all the time, and then I guess I'd take Bette's money and move somewhere nice.
Gotcha. So for those of you, Barbra Streisand, I think, is probably more well known for her singing.
Okay.
But Bette Midler, for those of you that don't know, movies that she's a singer too, but things that come to mind for me would be Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah.
You got any other movie? There's another one called the.
I don't have good trivia knowledge on Bette Midler movies.
The something Wives Club, First Wives Club, or something like that, where it's her and I think Goldie Hawn's even in that movie as well, where they're like all divorced and they're getting back at their exes. But all right, well, Bert, thank you so much for being a part of this. As I said in the intro, there really was no brainer on who the first guest should be. Your idea is coming to fruition, I think, tenfold. Everything that you are doing for this league is fantastic. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited each week to watch these games, to watch the show, watch the prediction shows, and just kind of go back and forth with the league and all of our fans and supporters of this league. So thank you. Is there anything you want to end the show with here? Anything you want to say?
No, I just appreciate you. I guess just a shout out to all the guys, right? Like all the other streamers. I won't take the time to name them all, but and the guys that have come on, right? We've got people that aren't even coaches that are going to help us do some play-by-play. I mean, I got other people that are starting to be the producers of the network. Like there's so to give the product as you guys see it, there's so much that happens behind the curtain of Oz, if you will. So I just want to say I appreciate everyone who's chipping in and helping make this happen, because it would still just be an idea, right? If everyone else didn't kind of take the ball and run with it. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, I wish everyone would realize just how much effort and everything that you put into when you're running these simulcasts. I don't know if you'll ever post that on Twitch or anything, which you probably won't, but you created a 15-minute how to do tutorial video to show us morons how to set this up, and every little thing that you do to get it just right. And you're a perfectionist, and I'm really glad that you put that video together, because I would half-ass it if it was just my own stream. But since it's the G12, I'm gonna make sure I go that extra mile like you do to make sure that these production values are phenomenal, which they have been the first 2 weeks. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end the week 1 episode of Smack Talk with Mac. And once again, this has been Fantasy World League, aka Coach Burt. Thanks, Burt.
Buddy, go Huskers.